So here I'm on my unpublished site for social media, which I created using Google Sites and the tools it provides to change the theme to your liking, add pages, and insert text and images in any layout you like. It's a lot more user-friendly than coding HTML and CSS by hand, even though it's more time-consuming and sometimes requires a quick Google search to learn the code and accomplish what you want to do. HTML and CSS are still a good way to make the site look exactly how you want it, down to shifting an image left or right by 1 pixel even. They both have some pretty basic options to add headers and text in a way that you can tell them apart, but Google Sites setup to move around images and text as blocks like this is a much cleaner and more forgiving process while building the site. So the site is stored in a server for Google and can be edited, like I said, by hand using the HTML or by using the tools provided in Google Sites, which still edits that code but isn't seen directly by the person using it. So if I go through to the published site, as you would see if you're not the creator, you can get here by putting in the URL to the web browser of your choice. In this case, I'm using Google Chrome. And your computer will communicate with the server using HTTP to receive the HTML and in turn bring up the website. The images and videos are stored separately and it may take longer to load because they need to be retrieved on their own. I made my logo and banner, seen here, using the Pixlr photo editing site. For the logo, I used a zoomed in and cropped image of network connections and added the border and the text. I took out the backgrounds for each part so that it would be a transparent PNG image. And then for the banner, I put that transparent image onto the canvas and added a gradient, added another layer for texture but made it way more opaque, and put the text and logo as those top layers so that you could see them. And for the animation, I used easygif.com and just put in the 3 images I wanted and changed the delay time so that you could see each image long enough to tell what it was. So also on this homepage, I have my little description of what the rest of the site is going to be about and that I'm focusing on connectivity. I have a table of contents which links through to an actual page on the site, and I have an image with examples of sort of how social media connects the world and some different sites and apps available to be used. So for purpose, indicate the name of the innovation and provide a clear description of its intended purpose, such as the problem that it solved, the opportunity that it created, or the discovery that the innovation made possible. So for social media, I said that it created opportunities for people to work with and talk to more people than ever possible. And Facebook is a good example of this. So here we have the login page, which a huge amount of people see every day. And here we have an image about communication, and especially communication using modern technology such as social media. So for effects and impacts, explain a benefit and or harmful effect of the innovation. A benefit is that social media allows people to stay in touch and be informed on current events. And a harmful effect would be that since it's so open, there's a lot of bullying and negative use of it, as well as people feel that they can become addicted to social media. And here I have the graph that I created using data collected through Google Forms. I used my own social media accounts to ask people to take the survey, as well as had everyone else in the class take it, and I asked friends and family specifically. Explain the impact that the innovation has had on society, economy, and or culture. So societally, I said it builds communities. For the economy, it's changed how businesses have to go about their marketing and advertising plans. And for culture, it has really changed how people stay entertained and how they see what's going on in the world. As 2 examples of that, I have the Instagram Explore page and the Snapchat Discover page. So indicate one field other than computer science which this innovation has impacted or has the potential to impact. For this, I chose the legal field because social media is increasingly being used in court and for investigative purposes, which is shown in this graph, which has some examples of the different ways that social media is being used investigatively. And then here I have my video, which I created by recording footage on my iPhone and edited it using the program iMovie. I recorded the interview footage in full and edited it down to the most relevant parts, versus the part with the dog I recorded separate clips and then edited them together. It was published on YouTube using the generic upload system provided with any YouTube account. So here is the video.
When I hear the term social media, what comes to mind is Facebook, Instagram, FaceTime. These are all something I use every day. It's one of the ways I stay connected with my family and friends everywhere. Staying connected, seeing what my sister in Oregon or my granddaughter in Nashville or my daughter in California is up to and doing is the biggest benefit.
Okay, on to the technical aspects of social media. Describe how a user interacts with the innovation. So a user would interact with social media using apps on a mobile device or using a browser to get to the website on a computer. They can interact with various pages by scrolling and clicking on links and buttons provided. Here we have this image showing some of the various things you can do on different sites and some of the different technologies that you can use to connect to social media. Describe in detail how the innovation's technology incorporates at least one of the big ideas of abstraction, algorithms, programming, and/or the internet to accomplish its purpose. So I focused on the internet, which is required for use, and the scalability of the internet is really important as social media continues to grow. And here I've included the Wi-Fi symbol, which has become sort of a symbol of our generation, since you need a connection on your phone to use any social media, especially if you don't want to pay for the data usage. So social media's relationship to data. Describe how the innovation consumes data as input, produces data as output, and/or transforms data. Data is mainly produced by social media in text, photos, and videos from users posting that content. Here, this tweet is an example of data and some metadata that actually is shown to users, which is the timestamp and how many tweets and likes it has. Then describe at least one data storage concern, data privacy concern, or data security concern related to the innovation. So the two I picked were privacy and security of data, because people's personal lives are all over their social media accounts, and the security of that sensitive information stored by social media platforms can be huge issues. And here I have the pop-up shown to people when they try to change their Instagram to private. It just tells you exactly what you're doing and what's going to be private and what isn't. Then for my references, these are all the articles used that are linked to different words and phrases throughout the website. One of the most important ones is probably the Wikipedia page for social media. This has any information you could need about it, including more detailed info about topics covered in the site, as well as extra information that was not covered. To check the site out for yourself and learn more about social media, you can visit this link, which will also be in the description box below.